Milotic is a fan favorite Pokemon introduced in Generation 3. While Milotic is an iconic Pokemon for many casual players, it wasn't all that good in competitive. Milotic hasn't been completely unviable though. It was ranked OU in Gen 3, where it is a decent pick, and UU in Gens 4 through 6. However, in both Gen 7 and Gen 8, Milotic fell down to the RU tier, and it has seen no usage in OU for quite some time. Milotic's main problem is the stiff competition it faces from other bulky water type Pokemon. All other bulky water types are either more bulkier or fill some kind of unique niche that others cannot, by providing some very valuable utility, for example. Milotic was just outclassed by the other bulky water Pokemon. This has however changed with Milotic's reintroduction in Generation 9, where it is probably at its all-time peak. While Milotic is still ranked RU as of right now, it has seen quite some usage in the OU tier, even being featured on some teams in high-level tournaments. So what happened to Milotic? How did this previously underperforming Pokemon suddenly see a rise in usage, and what held it back before? Milotic actually has a good stat distribution. Milotic has good bulk, especially on the special side, respectable special attack stat, and a good speed stat for a bulky Pokemon. Milotic can make great use of its bulk thanks to its great defensive typing with Mono Water. Mono Water is a great typing as it is only weak to grass and electric, while offering valuable resist to strong offensive typings like water, ice, fire and steel. Milotic also has access to the near exclusive ability Marvel Skill. Marvel Skill boosts Milotic's defense stat by 50% if it is statused. This ability is kind of a double-edged sword for obvious reasons. The benefit it provides is great, but to make use of it you are forced to get statused, which is far from ideal. The majority of Pokemon in the franchise don't appreciate getting statused, and Milotic is not an exception. Being hit by a Toxic, a Paralysis or a Burn can heavily cripple a Pokemon, especially in the past where Burn also dealt 12.5% each turn. However, if you do get statused, at least you get some kind of benefit out of it. In Gen 9, Milotic has also received an indirect buff. Milotic is one of the few water types that still has access to one of the best moves in competitive singles, Scald. In previous generations, the majority of the bulky water Pokemon had access to this move, allowing them to exert some amazing offensive pressure by firing off a 80 base power move with a 30% chance to burn without any drawbacks whatsoever. Scald is so strong that it's worthwhile to use Milotic over a water type that does not have this move. However, Scarlet is not the only thing Milotic has going for it. It also has Flip Turn, another amazing move that allows Milotic to gain momentum for its team by responding to the opponent's next move. Milotic also has access to Haze, allowing it to stop Shadow Sweepers by removing their stat boosts. Mirror Coat is another unique option that Milotic will often use. If Milotic is hit by a special move, it will deal double the damage back to the target. With Milotic's excellent special bulk, it can make great use of this by shrugging off a strong incoming special hit and dealing massive damage back. Lastly, Milotic has Recover to keep it healthy throughout the match. In the past, Milotic was simply outclassed by the other bulky water types. Toxapex is a common wall in past generations thanks to the excellent team support it provides with the combination of Scald, Knockoff, Toxic and Toxic Spikes, as well as having superior bulk and the ability Regenerator to make it difficult to wear down. Tapu Fini is another bulky water type that was very common thanks to its added fairy typing and misty terrain, as well as utility moves like Scald, Knockoff and Defog, as well as being very threatening with Skull Mindset. Not to mention Slowking with Scald and Future Sight plus Teleport, and also having the ability Regenerator. In Gen 9 things have however changed a little bit. Milotic still faces some stiff competition from other specially defensive water types, these being the aforementioned Toxapex, Slowking and also Empoleon. But it's not severely outclassed by any of them. Toxapex has lost both Scald and Knockoff, which are two moves that made it as annoying as it was, and Tapu Fini is currently not even in the game. Milotic is able to set itself apart as it is the only bulky water type without a secondary typing. This can drastically change its matchups that other walls may struggle with. Milotic is able to beat special attacking Pokémon like Goldengo, Dragapult and Manaphy, 3 premier special attackers in the current metagame. Toxapex straight up loses to Goldengo and Manaphy and isn't reliable against Dragapult either, whereas Slowking loses to all of these. Both Toxapex and Empoleon have a worse matchup against Great Tusk, another premier threat in the metagame thanks to their ground weakness. Milotic is able to reliably beat Terragrass substitute Iron Moth 2, a very common sweeper that the aforementioned water types can heavily struggle against. Milotic also has Scald, which is something Toxapex and Empoleon lack. Of course, all of these water types have excellent traits that Milotic lacks as well, but the difference is in the details. While Milotic is better than it has been in years, it's still RU for a reason. Milotic is very susceptible to hazards. Yes, it can surpass this by using hefty boots, but that means it will lose out on the passive recovery of leftovers, forcing it to use recover more often. Milotic also struggles against some common metagame threats. Milotic is completely useless against Ogerpon Wellspring, one of the best physical attackers in the current metagame. Ogerpon Wellspring has the ability Water Absorb, which makes it immune to both Scald and Flip Turn. This allows Ogerpon to safely switch into Milotic and potentially get back some health as well. Ogerpon can also threaten Milotic with its grass typing. Rillaboom is another great grass type that can easily threaten Milotic out, or at least deal significant damage with U-turn, allowing it to gain momentum too. Zapdos is a very common electric type that can freely use Volt Switch on Milotic to safely deal great damage while getting momentum for its team. Milotic can also be forced to use recover more often than it would like, which can allow the opponent to use that opportunity to gain back the offensive momentum. The only way to prevent this is by using Flip Turn, but this can leave Milotic unable to take the necessary damage the next time it switches in, as it has now been chipped. This isn't the case with Pokemon like Slowking and Toxapex thanks to Regenerator. Milotic is also not that difficult to switch into, all things considered, as its only attacking move will often be Scald. While it does have Flip Turn as mentioned earlier, it often prefers Haze and Mirror Coat as its other 2 moves. So this can leave Milotic quite passive as a result. While Milotic isn't the greatest Pokemon by any means and faces heavy competition in what it provides for a team, it does have a solid niche in the Gen and OU metagame, as especially defensive water type that can be a great fit on certain teams in need of the unique set of traits that Milotic brings to the table, which is way more than it had going for it in previous generations. What do you think about Milotic in Gen 9? Do you think it will eventually rise up to the OU tier? Let me know your thoughts down below, and consider liking the video and subscribing if you're new to stay up to date with more competitive Pokemon analysis videos like this one. And I want to give a special thanks to my members for their support on the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.